everyone, and welcome to a full week of plant-based eating. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I can't wait to show you guys everything I ate this week. Starting off my morning with a soy matcha. That's how most of my mornings start. Best way to kick off the day. And after my matcha, after I got ready for work and went to the gym, I made a almond iced latte. Again, a daily coffee is another non-negotiable for me. For brekkie this Monday, I actually had some meal prepped baked oats that I made the night before. To see the recipe that I used to make these baked oats, I do have it at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But just topping it with some coconut yogurt, these baked oats are such a good idea to meal prep if you're super busy and know you're not going to have much time throughout the week to make a nice nutritious breakfast. Yeah, just a great choice to start your morning. For lunch, I had some pulled jackfruit tacos. This recipe is on my Instagram if you wanted to check that out. These are super delicious and a great quick lunch to whip up. And I also had one of my Isogenics plant-based protein bars. For dinner this night, I had some burrito bowls. So starting off with some brown rice, and then chopping up a red onion. I'm also going to be cooking this one up with some chickpeas, capsicum, almonds and walnuts, as well as cashews. This mixture here is sort of going to take on the mince replacement for this meal. I love mixing chopped nuts in with some veggies for my recipes, just to add a bit of texture, a bit of crunch, and they're super delicious. I'm mixing this with some pre-packeted burrito seasoning. Ideally, I would like to use my own seasoning mix, but I was super pushed for time this night, so these pre-packeted mixes are a great idea if you're struggling for time, but still want lots of flavor in your recipes. Now it is time to prepare our bowl. Putting in some spinach leaves and lettuce to start with. Also going in our bowl today, we've got some chopped tomatoes. Tomatoes is something that's come into my diet literally within the past 2 weeks. I've never been a fan of tomatoes, but for some reason I am really starting to enjoy them. Also adding in some, I think they're called adzuki beans, if I remember correctly, as well as some black beans. These are a great source of protein. Also adding in some avocado to this one. In goes the rice, and to top this one off, I've mixed the remainder of the burrito seasoning I used with the chickpeas in with some coconut yogurt to drizzle on top. Also adding in some little crushed tortilla chips. This recipe is great for summer, super delicious, nice and filling, and very, very fresh. For dessert, I had this vegan cookie that I whipped up. I'm still working on perfecting this recipe, so stay tuned on my Instagram for that one. Alright, Tuesday morning, starting off my morning again with another matcha. I've noticed such a big difference starting my morning with a matcha over a coffee. After heading back from the gym, it is time to make some pancakes. So I'm starting off by making a flax meal egg. So this is a replacement for an egg, just 1 tablespoon of flax meal and 2.5 tablespoons of water. And then in goes my ingredients for the pancakes. So we've got half a banana, half a cup of oats, some baking powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1/4 cup of milk. And I'm also making a smoothie for breakfast this morning. So in this smoothie we've got some banana, coconut milk, greens powder, protein powder. I like using the Keep It Cleaner protein powder, LSA and chia, got some kale, spinach, dates and some blueberries. Ideally, I like to use frozen banana and frozen fruit. I would usually use grapes in this over blueberries, but I hadn't prepared those for this morning, but the smoothie was still very delicious. Making sure I've got plenty of coconut oil in the pan so the pancakes do not stick. That's what we don't want. Topping the pancakes with a big spoonful of peanut butter. I love peanut butter, as well as some fresh berries. And some maple syrup to finish it off. To take to work with me this morning, I am making myself a coffee. I'm very, very fussy with the milk I have in my coffee, so I like to take one with me to work. For lunch today, we are going to be doing a little sourdough smash. Another great quick recipe for when you are on a time crunch. So popping in about half an avocado and juicing half a lemon. Then I like to use the Master Foods, I think it's called the Everything Egg seasoning. It's great in smashed avo. Also chopping up some radish to put on top of this one. I actually ended up using 2. As well as some beetroot. This piece of sourdough was so big I had to toast it half at a time and I accidentally burnt 1/2 of it. But here we are just popping on the smashed avo. Then we're chucking on the beetroot and the radish. And next we are popping on some alfalfa sprouts. These add a great texture and flavour to the smashed avo. And then I'm popping on some leftover chickpeas I had from dinner the night before. I accidentally made way too much the night before, so I thought this would be a great addition to lunch today. And it certainly was. It was absolutely delicious. Topping it off with some balsamic vinegar. Highly recommend you try this one, it was divine. To take to work with me after lunch, I made a smoothie. I'll pop the ingredients up on the screen for you. And for dinner, we are making a nice, yummy, delicious salad. So, starting off by chopping up some pumpkin. When I cook, I like to try and use as much veggies, fruits, colours, legumes, nuts as I possibly can. So every salad I make, I'm pretty much just chucking in every veggie we have in the fridge and roasting it up. To season my veggies today, I am using some oil, paprika, garlic, cumin, cayenne pepper, rosemary and nutritional yeast. I've got the pumpkin cooking in there for 30 minutes, the rest of the veggies only need 20, so I'm getting them prepared now. Starting off with some broccoli. Other veggies we're going to be preparing for this one are some kale, cauliflower and Brussels sprouts. Adding some chickpeas into this one, and I am going to roast it in the exact same seasonings that I used for the pumpkin. Also in the salad today, I am chopping up some lettuce as well as some spinach. And I'm also going to be adding some more radish into this one. Now this is my go-to salad dressing for pretty much every single salad that I make. I don't measure the ingredients for this one, but I just use some olive oil, apple cider vinegar, maple syrup, Dijon mustard. I didn't show it here, but I also like to add some lemon salt into this one as well. Goes with every single salad, it's absolutely delicious and adds a great amount of flavour. This salad's packed with a great variety of veggies, was super yummy, super quick to make and tasted delicious. Okay, Wednesday morning, again, you guessed it, we're starting with another matcha. And we are having some oats for breakfast. Oats are my absolute go-to for breakfast, especially once I've come home from the gym. I'm wanting to have a nice filling breakfast that's super quick and easy to make. This is my go-to. So I'm adding some oats, LSA and chia seeds, some of the Keep It Cleaner chocolate plant-based protein, as well as some soy milk and some maple syrup. Today we are topping this one with some fresh berries and banana, pecans, pistachios, pumpkin seeds, cinnamon and peanut butter. For a really rich chocolate flavour, I just didn't have any this particular morning. I would also add cacao powder into this, which makes it super delicious. Now I prepared my lunch for this Wednesday in the morning as well. It was a really warm day, so I felt like a super fresh and fruity salad. Starting up by chopping up some apples. Some cucumber, and the remainder of the slaw veggies that I had with my jackfruit tacos the other day. Also adding some roasted Brussels sprouts, sweet potato and carrot to this one. I'm also adding some walnuts and some almonds. The same dressing that I had the night before. Just proving to you again that this is my absolute go-to. And I also added some quinoa into this one. Another super delicious fresh summer salad. For dinner this night, I had a crack at a recipe of my own, trying some new ingredients. So I started by roasting some broccoli, cauliflower, capsicum and kale. For this meal we're making a peanut butter satay tempeh little dish. Roasting these ones today in some paprika, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, salt and oil. I'm I'm also cooking up a mixture of brown rice and quinoa for this one. Now, tempeh is something that I hadn't tried until this night. I do understand why people don't like it. Not to say that I didn't like it, I actually didn't mind it, but I'm definitely keen to try and find some ways to utilize it in my recipes. For the satay, I am adding some chickpeas, peanut butter, curry powder, coconut milk, tomato paste, and some black beans as well. Now, I was meant to put soy sauce into the satay and completely forgot, and I reckon that would have really added and made a great addition to it. So if you are to try this one yourself, would definitely recommend. I'll definitely be putting soy sauce in it next time. But I was super proud of myself with this one. Super delicious. Just whipped it up off the top of my head and yeah, did the job this night. To finish the night off, I had some oat milk chocolate and raspberries. Another morning, another matcha. Starting off the day with a iced matcha today with some of my bonsai soy milk. And whilst I sat and studied this morning, I had a soy latte as well. Now, my go-to summer breakfast, I am making a smoothie bowl. I like my smoothie bowls nice and thick, so I only use frozen fruit to make the smoothie. So I've got some frozen banana, mango and acai. If you don't like your smoothies to be as thick as mine is, you can definitely add in some milk or some yogurt. But these smoothie bowls literally taste like ice cream for breakfast. It is so delicious. I'm adding some granola to this one, as well as some strawberries and blueberries, pecans, pistachios, almond flakes, peanut butter of course, and some chia seeds. Now this was the definition of a I have no idea what to make for lunch, so I'm just going to throw something together kind of lunch. Today we had a wrap with some spinach, cucumber, capsicum, zucchini, beetroot, avocado and some chickpeas which I cooked in some chives and paprika. Topped this one with some garlic, salt and sweet chili sauce, as well as some alfalfa sprouts, and toasted this one on the pan. It actually turned out to be super delicious. If you like vegan mayo or any other type of sauce, definitely go ahead and chuck that one in here. I just didn't have any available at the time. But yeah, super easy pulled together lunch. Now for dinner, this is my new favourite recipe. It is some avocado based gnocchi. So for the sauce I used 1.5 avocados, the juice of 1 lemon, some minced garlic, fresh basil, spring onion, lemon salt, pepper, tofu and green goddess dressing. Chucking that all in a blender and blending it up. I'm also preparing some tomatoes to put in the gnocchi. Oh, and I forgot to add, we also added spinach leaves into the sauce as well. Got some gluten-free gnocchi here, so stirring that in the pot that the gnocchi cooked in after we've drained it. Got mum on the job here for this one. And then we are adding in our tomatoes and some pine nuts, mixing it together. and we are topping this one off with nutritional yeast. This tastes so fresh, so yummy, and is so fulfilling. Definitely recommend you try this one. And for dessert, having some coconut yogurt, with lots of fresh fruit. I've got some grapes, we just got these ones fresh, they were delicious, some strawberries, some blackberries, raspberries and blueberries, and then I am topping that with some granola and some of this, I think it's called Panna Organic off the top of my head. Smooth hazelnut chocolate spread, which is to die for. It is so good. And that was dessert. Happy Friday. Starting off my day with a matcha coffee mix. Use this chocolate matcha from T2. It's just a mixture of matcha and cacao. Using my soy milk. Popping in the matcha, as well as 2 shots of espresso and a little bit more milk to finish that one off. Now, I actually had this day off work, which was great, and it was International Women's Day, so I actually went out for breakfast to a little event with my mum, and it was great. I'll insert a photo here. But now we're back home for lunch, and because I didn't get my oat breakfast fix this morning, I decided to make baked oats for lunch, and this is the exact same recipe that I used as a meal prep. So if you want to meal prep this one, you can just times the ingredients for as many days as you wanted to prepare it for. But I'm popping in 75 grams of oats, 140 mils of milk. I chose to use almond milk, 1 small banana, some baking powder, about 20 grams of protein powder, and I used cacao for this one. That's optional. If you would prefer vanilla or any other flavour, go ahead and tailor it to how you'd like it. Adding some berries, oat chocolate and cinnamon. I'm popping this one in the oven at 180 degrees for about half an hour. I served this one fresh out of the oven, so it was nice and warm, and it literally tasted like chocolate banana bread. It was so good. Topped it with some coconut yogurt, some of that hazelnut spread, peanut butter, and some maple syrup. This is so good. You could have this for literally any meal of the day. It'd make a great dessert as well. One of my go-tos. And another day, another roasted veggie salad. Again, just using up all the veggies we have in the fridge. Starting off by roasting some pumpkin, sweet potato, and just a normal potato. I was also cooking dinner for my mum and my dad this night, and they both wouldn't stop raving about how good this was. And my dad is a tough critic, so I was pretty proud of this one. So just chopping up these veggies. Again, the potatoes and the pumpkin are going to cook for 30 minutes. The other veggies are going to cook for 20 minutes. To season this one, I'm just using olive oil, garlic powder, lemon salt, and that is all. Started to prepare the Brussels sprouts and zucchinis and realised I should probably get the other veggies in the oven first. Again, we are just roasting up some zucchini, Brussels sprouts, some kale, as well as some beetroot. Seasoning these ones with the exact same that we did for the potatoes and the pumpkin, and cooking for 20 minutes. Additionally, for this one, for myself and my mum, I cooked some tofu in some oil with some hoisin sauce, some paprika and some lemon salt, and this is just a great easy combination to whip up, full of flavour, tastes delicious, and a great source of protein. With this one, I'm also having spinach leaves, walnuts and cranberries. Using the exact same salad dressing I've used for my other salads in this video because it is just that good and that easy. And there we go, dinner is served. Another great salad to finish off a day. And for dessert on this particular day, I had a bowl of fresh fruit, so we've got some grapes, some pineapple and some blackberries, as well as my oat chocolate.